Oh, it's a real elevator. Wasn't expecting that.
Join the outcasts. There's no way.
If we open our gates to Outlanders, we stand to lose everything. They will corrupt our people, destroy our traditions.
We will talk about this later.
Guest.
Nice council chamber.
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
We just saw the steel garrote in the tusks. Your lives are in danger.
I doubt that. There isn't an inch of this land the Wardens do not patrol, day and night. If the steel garrote
Default
were here,
ESO Nord
we
over
would
here.
know.
And if they are here, let them come. Solus has stood against worse threats for hundreds of years.
They nearly destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
You've already destroyed one historical edifice. We heard of what you did to the ruins in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer.
I did what was needed.
Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you? It sounds like you have something in mind.
We're looking for a path to the garden.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy?
Your garden.
Right. Here we go.
Be silent. Have you no shame?
The garden is our sacred purpose. Its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. We used to be wanderers, explorers, caretakers of the island, until Nandru heard the call of the garden. He planted Solus Keep here, in the spot where it first spoke to him, and charged his people to forever protect it from all who might threaten its peace.
More accurately, he chained us to a barren wasteland 600 years ago, and abandoned us.
He gave his life to protect us from the world. We thank him by defending the garden.
A god is imprisoned there. They spoke to me. Begged me to come.
Nandru once wrote that the island spoke to him. Perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face. I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
And the reincarnation of Nandru is crazy. We found an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way into the garden.
Enough. I know you Outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
I won't stop searching for a way into the garden.
I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
Politicians are alike everywhere, aren't they?
Now it's just find the Steel Garrote, huh? Interesting. She has a key somewhere. Where's your key, lady? Where are you hiding it? Someone's been intercepting the letters. It's curious.
Still lingering, Adiren?
I found a letter one of your council members wrote to Halgard.
Thank you, Envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Adir. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with it again. But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting.
Wow, that was actually, easy. But nothing crazy in here, unfortunately.
Still lingering, Adiren?
We need to talk about Petru.
Captain of the Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him?
A pretty lie, but we both know that's not what happened.
Pompous Adiren. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business. Petru's ideas are a danger to Solace and go against his oath. If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe, and he will stay far away from Solace until he can be trusted again.
Imprisoning those who have different ideas than you is wrong, Mihala.
You know what? I'd almost think you genuinely believe that if you didn't carry an Adiren crest. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
So Petru's alive, but he's on Mihala's bad side. Honestly, dying's probably easier.
Where'd what's-his-name go? No telling, but I can take a shit.
Envoy, might I have a word? I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
Yes.
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken, the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
You disagree with her?
Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
She did seem quite passionate.
She's a zealot. She forgets that doctrine is worth less than living. Much like your Inquisitor Ludwig, I suspect. Two sides of the same miserable coin. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
What do you want from me exactly?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
And why haven't you?
Mihala won't have it. Our isolation here is not elective, but imposed on us by her. And Nandru, and our long traditions. Tradition is a tricky thing to end, Envoy. People become attached, don't they, to the old ways of doing things? Even when those old ways are killing them. I have tried to broach the topic of trade with her many times, as have my predecessors with her predecessors, and clearly we have gotten nowhere.
What is it she's afraid of?
Outside influence. The call of the wider world. She doesn't voice it, but she fears that if our wardens know the comforts of the lands beyond our borders, they will want to leave the tusks.
She's right. There's a whole world out there free from all the Saka and misery of Solace.
Then why shouldn't they leave?
I would rather abandon every tradition and forget who we are than watch my people suffer needlessly for pride.
Got me intrigued. Assuming I can help, what will you give me in return?
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
Why didn't you tell Mihala?
Because I know how she'd react. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarot. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care.
What about your duty?
Forget duty. Duty cannot feed our children. Duty cannot keep us safe.
Can't argue with him on that.
The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
You misunderstand the Ambassador's relationship with the Inquisitor, then.
That is an understatement.
I don't doubt it. But she is powerful, feared, and on my doorstep. And he is far beyond my reach. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Usundan mind?
Solace Keep is just a place. You're looking for a way to help your people, aren't you?
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Stilgarroth in exchange for goods and gold.
That's a sensible trade in my book.
Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
Where would they go? Your wardens may be well relieved to no longer have to guard a place like this.
That is my most fervent hope, Envoy. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger.
It would change you all.
Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. I thought you'd empathize with this more. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
You're allowed your opinions, and I'll have mine.
And you've shared them all with me. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
If I see Lud when she's dead, sorry. The Stilgarroth are unpredictable. They might force my hand.
I would never ask you not to defend yourself, Envoy. In any case, the Stilgarroth are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also...
What is it?
Well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius, because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the Envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, Envoy.
I'll go to them. Where can I find these living archives?
They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zaribs between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, Envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
He's in a tough position, but I believe he's trying to do right by his people.
I mean, I kind of believe that too, but offering up the keep is crazy. That's insane.
Any news, Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the council's still going at it. You know how Mihala is.
Well, Saka, fine. Come find me when they're free. Won't be able to do anything until I talk to Mihala.
Of course, Captain. And, good luck.
So you're the outsiders my guards let you to the keep. Saka. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmi. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you have a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough.
What's got you so frazzled?
Ha! You're an outsider, and outsiders aren't allowed in Sully's Keep. You lot are the only Kith around who aren't dwarves. Or hadn't you noticed? And now one of my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to ream me for this.
She did seem rather rigid.
You're telling me? None of this is even my job. Not really, anyway. Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything.
I spoke with Mina. She's pretty pissed at you.
Of course she is. She's in her head thinking Mihala has Petru doing something other than council work. Whatever's happening, I have to trust Petru knows what he's doing. I don't have time to think otherwise. But if you happen to hear anything from Mina, don't keep it to yourself, Adirin.
We ran into Petru on Emerald Stair. What has he gotten himself into? Odd for the captain
it
of
was
the guard
him.
to disappear like that. Let's look into this.
I mean, we've been looking into it for quite some time, haven't we? Can I talk to Mina again?
Hey, you heard anything about Petru?
Sorry, not
All right.
yet.
Just let me know, yeah?
Problem is, we do know, because we talked to Mihala, and she straight up admitted that, yeah, I kidnapped Petru, what of it? It's just like, what? Like, shit, I didn't think it would be that easy. Just accuse a bitch, and she just kind of falls for it.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with
What do
your
you
kind.
think it means?
What do you think what it
Suppose
means?
that's edible. Well, not looking forward to it though. Beggars definitely get the choosers. Barely
You
enough
people?
here to feed
No,
a
no,
child.
you're not real.
Barely enough to feed half a child.
Alright,
Next time, I'm going to ask for someone else.
let's see. Where exactly is this going to be taking us? Locate the steel garrotes right over there. Here's the abandoned Warden Tower. Up north is the Lost Village. There is bounty up here. There's a couple of bounties over here as well. Another question over here, boundaries of antiquity. Find the missing expedition team. And then way out here, I didn't even realize this was a spot you could get to, is kill the Spore King. Well, I gotta be honest, I have no clue how the fuck you'd get over there, because it's completely separated by lava. I don't even see a bridge or nothing. So that's interesting. But otherwise, it doesn't look like there's much else. So I guess we'll hit this one next. But before we do that, apparently we gotta level up at some point. Didn't even realize. What do I want to put points into? I'm actually gonna upgrade the... Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade Crackling Bolt. Because having that thing bounce around more is super duper good. But I also think that I'm gonna stop here, just because I stepped away for like a good 30 minutes there, kind of unintentionally. But you know, I'll just chop all that out. You're not even gonna notice it. But yeah, it's getting kind of late here, and I mean we did a fair bit. I mean, a lot of that's just gonna be like straight dialogue, which is a little unfortunate, but you know that happens sometimes. And we did walk away with a cool new sword, but I do need to upgrade my dagger and whatnot, and that's a bunch of junk that I'm probably just going to do off screen. But anyways, I think we're going to call it here, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!